Greetings, mortals. I am Natus, one of the rulers of the underworld, or specifically the ruler of Manga Hell. And today we'll be reacting the last chapter of Fire Force, chapter 304, A Hair's Tale. So yeah, this is basically the finale or possibly the end of the whole Fire Force series. I mean, I don't want to say it's definitive because I could still see there being like spin-offs or like those fanfics or whatever those series are called, like light novels. I think they're also referred to as. So I'm not saying it's 100% the end, but it's very likely it's the end. Basically, like the main story, it's over. And I'll be honest, this final chapter is not really good. Like, it would be a decent chapter if this was like the beginning of a new arc, but it's the finale, so I really cannot like it. In fact, if you cut out the final 10 pages or so, you pretty much get a completely different story arc than the finale. So yeah, anyways, we'll get into those problems during the chapter, but for now, let's just get into it. So we start this page with a color page, like it was said in the last chapter. We see a bunch of the characters we got all grown to love. Like we have Shina in front with Arthur behind him. Then we get a Vulcan. Then we get Obi. Then we see Hinawa. Then we see a very small Palomaki. Get used to it. Then we get Juggernaut and Tamaki. Then we got Uga in the more the background. Kind of surprising considering the fact that it's supposed to be a kind of trio. Then we have Lake. Then we have Joker, who pretty much did nothing except getting background by his own doppelganger. And also, did he say in one chapter he has friends? I guess that also never led to anything. Then we see Iris, bigger page of Iris. Then we get a bigger page of Inca. Ugh. Then we see behind them in the far back uh, Benimaru and Conroe. No Hibana though for some reason. Then we see the mascots. Yes, because they were so necessary. Then we get a shoe, which is nice. And then we get like the farthest back, like the most difficult to tell, and that's arrow on Shu's shoulder. And when I say arrow, I don't even mean like we see her face. Like it's literally just her being completely hooded up. Like my god, that's all she gets. And considering this chapter, we actually don't get any more like that. That's literally like the most we get of arrow in this chapter. This tiny page. Then after we have like the final color page where we get like Shinon just like extending his mouth to show us his sharp teeth, and we basically end it, and then we start with the official story. So we see the three musketeers or whatever with Excalibur talking with Inca. She's standing on the edge, and she's like, "Well, Shinra, change your mind?" As Shinra's like, "It was you that summoned that huge serpent, wasn't it? Look, I'm not giving you what you want." Wait, so those monsters come from Inca's ability? Alright. As then we have Inca saying, "Why not? Don't be so stingy. I want to have your babies." Oh. Seriously. So anyways, then we have Uga saying, "Oh, la la." As Yoshino didn't want her to say out loud, I guess. And she was like, "I already have Iris." Yes, but Inca already stated in the last chapter that she wants you to have a harem. So what did you expect? So anyways, then Inca be like, "What gross? Don't get the wrong idea. You think I would want to be with a boring limo like you? Huh? Wait, now she's against being with him? I mean, I know there's a bit of a time gap, but why is she not against it?" So anyways, then we have, she'll be like, "Huh? But I thought you liked me." As then we have Inga saying, "The only thing I want is your seat." As then we have Shinra being a bit confused, and kind of swears like, "You what? Are you out of your mind? There's no way I'm giving it to you." She's out of her mind, dude. She is one of those crazy characters. But instead of Inga being like, why not? If you ask Lick, he could get it easy peasy. Alright, this implies they were at least living together for a certain period of time. But, yeah, a bit weird. Plus, I'm pretty sure that's not the fun way of dealing with it. So then we have should be like, that's not what I'm saying at all. As then we have Inca again saying, I want the baby of the hero who saved the world. It's not like you can't make more afterwards. Hand it over, Scrooge. That is literally what we're focusing on in this chapter. Inca wanting to have Shina's babies. My god, this is ridiculous. And then should be like, why are you so hung up on this? So then we have Inca respond with, you of all people should get it. Now that this is a world of the value of life has changed. And well, that's made me want to a life that will carry on. So I guess Inca wants an immortal baby? Is that the okay, is that the witch queen? Or that one that was in charge of the witches? Because that might be her, because I think she was said in Soul that she's actually very old as well. So I guess then we have Shina be like, as in offers then we have Shina grabbing off as like, if you want a world saving hero, why not take Arthur? As then Arthur be like, well, don't drag me into this. Which is true, Shina. You're not supposed to be doing this to your bro. So anyways, then we have Inca be like, no way, he's an idiot. True. And then we have Arthur pointing and she's like, ha, sucks to be you. And she was like, you do realize she just dissed you, right? Which is true. Like, not only did she diss him by calling him an idiot, she also dissed him by not even wanting his seat. So, anyways, then we have Inga be like, I wanted to die before, but you changed the world, and now I've found reason to live. You saved me in every sense of the word. Wait, wasn't the explanation that you found the death boring? So, and then I have Inga saying, I want to leave behind descendants with a guy like you. Sound good. And then she'll be like, no, sorry. And then we have Inga be like, God, you're so lame. And then we have Inga doing like a little pose, like a little magical girl pose. And she's like, well then, maybe I'll just continue working the world and being a witch until you say yes. So I guess this is the origin of the witches. Lame, disappointing, and boring. No wonder they hunt and kill them. But yeah, really disappointing. Yes, then we have Inga with my, because mine is just about to leave, and she's like, everyone's having a blast in this world that you made, Shinra. Thanks, hero. And she waves, and she's like, as then she was like, real smirky smile. Is like, no biggie. And that's the end of that scene. So yeah, like I said, this is a like 10 pages, oh, a bit less, or 8 pages we waste on this. No, the thing I really don't get about this is Iko was never really like that major of a character to have so much of the time focused on her. Like, honestly, if this was like Iris and Shinra talking, I would get it. Like, even Maki and Shinra, I kind of get it. But Iko was not that major. Like, after that first filler rose, Inka completely disappeared until it was about time for her to die with Sumeria. And then again, she didn't really do much. Like, it's only been like the last few chapters that she really did anything. So it's kind of disappointing to suddenly have this focus on her. And weird. So yeah, anyways, then we get the moon where we have it laughing. Then we see Lisa, and I'm guessing Maki. Her eyes are closed, so I can't really tell. And manga thing, it's kind of difficult to tell which character is by hair color, but I'm guessing it's Maki. And also, it would make sense to her for at least appearing in one small panel. Then we have Joker in a suit, as we have Burns. Not sure where they are. I guess they might be I don't know, maybe the president something. I guess Burns also had his hair down, alright. Then we see Natako and Shu in schools where they're listening to some music. While I'm guessing Kono is like, hey you two, stop listening to music and learn stuff. Where he decided to become a teacher after being a businessman. But I guess it's kind of logical because he's one of those characters that would kind of make sense to be like. The thing about Connor is, although he's a sadistic torturer, he does take his job seriously, even if it's torturing. Like, you know that song? I think it was from the 90s or 80s, where it's like, "Why would someone be a dentist?" And there's a I'm a dentist to torture people. That's essentially what I'm getting here. It's a really good song. Listen to it. I think the title of the movie is called Little Shop of Horrors. But yeah, so we have that. Also, what happened to the Kajima? Like, did they stop existing? And also, what happened? What was the point of that business guy? The guy who that funny corporate talk with Conroe. What happened to him? But yeah, I guess we get nothing. Anyways, then we get a panel of the old man and the Firefox sisters with a bunch of bills, letters, something flying around them. I don't really know. And those, remember, for all the characters we get focus on this chapter, these ones, we got this panel of all things. Alright, is not that Okubo or the actors not think that maybe they should have switched it with like Arrow and Marika Sakabe? Like, shouldn't it be like I mean, just saying, I feel like if you switch that panel with Mari and Arrow cooking or doing laundry it would make far more sense than these three. So anyways, then we get a full panel of Chimera where she's with a soul, well, not with soul, where she's with Sharon looking at something in more lane clothing. I guess they're enjoying the new world as we get to cut to the sun where it's laughing. And then we have a 25-year later time skip. Then we see a bit more of the world, and again, it looks like Soul Eater, which does make me wonder if some of these buildings always did look like the ones from Soul Eater when the whole inspiration of that. Because I don't think anyone has ever mentioned like the buildings looking very similar, the buildings looking like they're just incomplete Soul Eater buildings. Maybe they did, but I just didn't notice. But yeah. So yeah. Anyways, then we see an older man walking with a yakuza rope, being like, where it's saying "death" at the back. And then we see Supreme Commander of the World Heroes Force, Kusakabe Shinra, 42 years old. As we see older Kusakabe Shinra, and he kind of looks very plain, honestly. Nothing really all that special. Just kind of like I just like going with main character end of journey time skip hairstyle, but it's nothing really that special. Just kind of boring, honestly. And then we see some random guy. I'm guessing one of the new generation of heroes be like, "Good morning, Supreme Commander Kusakabe. I congratulate Gillette. A congratulatory message from President Obi arrived. I guess Obi's a president now. They knew that was gonna be a thing, but alright. As then we have Sheriff Pirate. He's a busy man. I appreciate that. And then we have that other guy be like, at long last, your child has been enlisted. Your child has been enlisted. So I guess now Shino has a child. Alright. Also, not sure who this guy is. I feel like some people. I think some people are saying this guy might be Shu, but I'm guessing it's just some random guy because Shu doesn't say anything like, "Oh, hey, baby, bro," or something. But I'm guessing it's just some random guy. And then we have for sure, like yes, which makes me now think that did he actually give Inca the seat? I don't really know. So as anyways, then we have the guy be like, I guess even heroes worry about things, eh? Is there a should be like, when it comes to your child, it doesn't matter if you're a hero. So anyways, then we see two people on the front lawn of the door, I'm guessing. As soon as like, I'm worried because I don't know what to expect, but I'm incredibly excited as well. So I guess it was more consensual if this is Inca's child, although it could just be Iris's. Again, nothing from Hibana, so I'm guessing it's Iris, the one who's giving out Inca. Then we see two people, and then we see the people who were there are Arthur and Inca. Again, she's the one who gets focused on here. So, anyways, then we have Shelby like, when you live every moment without regrets, with everything you have, death is no big deal. These lives were given, we should enjoy them like big idiotic fools. Ah, I see. So you got some Obi lecture here. Well, not Obi, I mean Yami lecture here. So yeah, I guess that's a really fun message to have. As then we get a bigger, more of a wide shot of it, and still the design looks boring. And she's like, it's what lets our souls burn bright. So yeah, then we get to in a long distant future. The Soul Eater connection, it's official, it's canon. Anyone who's doubting it, you no longer can doubt it. It's literally canon. As we see Death himself in his plane, as Death's like, no then, a god child, in the shape of a man. What sort of kid will you be? Oh, I know. I'll make him the image of the boy who saved this world. Hello there, kid. As I guess now we get Kit's birth. Yeah, like you can tell it's definitely Kit. Like there's no one else. So yeah, this is how Kit was born. I guess that shouldn't have got. I'm not sure it was ever stated on how Kit was born, but I guess it was just like Dav just wanted a child at some point. So yeah. So there we see a fist coming through as we see a black star, I'm guessing. He has stars in his eyes, but I'm not sure if that was always there or it was something other. I'm forgetting, but I'm guessing it's supposed to be black star. I see like fist sing something. Don't be lewd. Anyways, there we see like a baby soul looking in the air, which makes me think he might be the descendant, possibly. I'm not exactly sure. He's just like I mean, he's looking at something. I don't know. Then we see a picture book where we see the city in Firefall's getting set on fire. As we see two parents and their child on the couch reading this book. And then we see the mother being like, and this is how they made a world that wouldn't fall into despair. As we see what I'm going to assume is Baby Maki. So yeah, we end this story of Fire Force in the image of Baby Maki reading the story. As then we have they're saying thank you for reading. Please look forward to Kobu Sensei's next work. As then we have the next is Soul World. Huh? Wait, Soul World? Wait, was it stated by Okubo that Fire Force was gonna be his last work? Or is this gonna be like the time between, well, before Soul Eater and after Fire Force? I guess Soul World is gonna be the next sequel, which I guess is also gonna be connected to this Soul World Fire Force universe type of thing. I knew one that was always supposed to be planned, this is just something that was coming now. But yeah. So that's it for the final chapter. Yeah, this is a pretty disappointing final chapter, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, we spent the first half focusing on Inca of all people, who again, was never really that major of a character to really deserve so much of focus. Then we get like some very vague images of characters who, although some do deserve, I feel like others should be changed, or at the very least, some others should also have been added. Like, seriously, what has happened to Mari, Arrow, Hibana? Why didn't we get any of those images? And yeah, kind of like disappointing that we don't get like a more wrap up. I mean, like how Maki doesn't even do anything. She just kind. Oh, you I also found you. Like it's kind of a weird thing how this whole ended. Also, what happened to Ritsu and all the others? Like, there's a lot of questions here, and I really want answers. Maybe there's gonna be like a some kind of book that's gonna come later that's going to have like explanation to what everyone happened. Like I could easily see the final volume having like an extra bunch of extras in the back being like, this is what happened to this character, this is what happened to this character, this is what happened to this character. But yeah, again, it's kind of a weird thing, but I guess what can you do? I mean, finales I do feel like usually end up being very terrible or not like very good. So maybe it's gonna be bad. Maybe it's gonna, you know, maybe it's just that. Although I do hear some people saying that this was a better finale than Soul Eater, but Well, what can you do? I suppose. I guess I guess manga just cannot get that finale right. But yeah. Anyways, I hope you like this final chapter reaction to Fire Force. I hope you guys leave a like, subscribe to this channel for more videos in the future. Tell me your thoughts on the finale in the comments below. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you mortals next time. Goodbye.